Hi Sagittarius, welcome to Psychic Consultants. This is Agatha and this is your love reading for June 2016. Sorry I wasn't able to upload readings for May. I had a huge amount of technical issues. I really appreciate all of your support. But June is looking really cool so far. Oh, sorry, a bit of a shake there. It kind of like, I feel like these readings are doubly good because we missed out on May. So hopefully there'll be some really good stuff in here for you. Right. Okay. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Cups. Perfect. Bottom of the deck card for a love reading, 10 of Cups. Emotional fulfillment, 10 cups of love completed in this rainbow. Connection, companionship, partnership, teamwork, family. Just feeling really, really good. This is a very, very, very powerful card in relationships, so a great card to have on the bottom of the deck. Let's just get a little bit more clarity on that. So, starting off with you, we have the Five of Wands, the Magician, the Sun in reverse, and the Knight of Cups. Then for your love, we have the Queen of Wands, the Temperance card, 10 of Wands in reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune. And crowning, the energy they bring, the energy you bring, and the Root, I will look at later. And as I said, bottom of the deck, 10 of Cups. I don't often get reversals because I kind of keep my cards upright as much as I can, but I'm going to read these because they seem relevant, they seem interesting. Cool. So, starting off the month, weirdly, a little bit strangely maybe, because there are a lot of great cards here, with the Five of Wands. So this is a little bit, do you know what, it feels like a bit of banter. This can be conflict, the Five of Wands, but it actually feels like a bit of banter, even though they do look a little bit kind of pained in this particular deck. This is the Radiant Rider-Waite deck, slightly different colours and slightly different illustrations in this. It feels to me as though it's just a little bit of banter, a little bit of arguing, but it's not intense. It's not a big deal. There's no actual big issue here. There may be a bit of a message there. It's like, be careful, you know. You may be making more of an issue out of things than they really need to be. That's just one message. But in general, it feels like there's a little bit of banter. And also, there's a lot of creative force in friction. You know, fire is made from friction. The fire, the wands, the passion. Passion is born out of a little bit of friction. So don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of a little bit of friction. The love, they kind of turn up very quickly with this as this Queen of Wands, which is interesting. This is a feminine, it can be a feminine fire sign energy. So that's Aries, Leo, or you, Sagittarius. So what I'm getting actually is that you are very much on the mind of your love. You're taking that to represent the kind of you as Sagittarius. Doesn't matter if you're male or female. It very much feels as though you are on their, you know, whenever they turn up, you represented turn up on their side. It's like you're on their thought. You are in their thoughts. I think you may not be aware of this, and this is what this Five of Pentacles is, Five of Wands is about. There's some conflict. There may be a little bit of arguing, but it's really important for you to know that they have your best interests at heart, or they kind of believe they do. Like, they are thinking of you. Whether you know it or not, they are thinking of you. So whatever this conflict is, whether it's within yourself, with them, whether it's an argument, whether it's petty, whether it seems big or small or whatever it is, the really important message is that they do have, all I'm getting is that they have your best interests at heart. Whether you know it or not, they are thinking about you. I'm getting that you might feel like they're being a bit selfish, but they're not. They're really not. Second card on your side is the Magician. He's the manifestation guy. He's the one who's like making things manifest. And with this kind of infinite love, infinity symbol halo, going on. This is really about taking control of your reality and deciding what you want to do, and understanding that you're powerful within it, and really embodying it. And I really feel like you're going to be embodying that magician energy. It's 0 to 1. It's the creation of matter experientially. So I feel like there might be some things going on, like synchronicities, or it's like, oh, I'm making that happen, or you have a thought, or some kind of like psychicness, or some kind of thing that will be going on where you'll be like, oh, actually, I made that happen. And I am getting, taking responsibility that you are always creating your reality, and not maybe blaming other people for conflict, because it takes 2 or 5 or however many to get into conflict. So, if you're involved in conflict, you're making a choice. Just be aware of that. You just really know that you're making a choice to be aware of it. It's whether you're consciously choosing or not. You are always choosing. It's interesting the way this magician and the sun, it's kind of like, from my position, it's kind of like they're looking at one another. It's almost like they're kind of facing off one another, which is kind of cool. What I was kind of reading with that sun in reverse is that you're not really seeing. It's like, for me, the sun is a big card of kind of optimism and freedom and liberation and all those things. And it's kind of like you're not wanting to free yourself, or you're not wanting to see. So it's like this magician energy going on. It's like, maybe just be aware, like you may not be shining enough light on it. You may not have the awareness to really realize that you are creating your reality, and there's more awareness that you can have on that will make you have this experience more, because we're always doing this. It's more about the experience of it. We are always creating our own reality. We always have access to the swords, and the thinking and the mental ability, the wands and the passion and the fire and the creativity, the cups, the emotions and the love and the flow, and the pentacles, the material and the solid and the earth. And we always have access to that. We're always creating our lives and ourselves out of those things. But when the magician turns up, it's that you have the experience of that. You are having the experience of that that happening in your life. So what's interesting is that you both, this sun turns up in reverse, and it does feel a bit like, oh, you're kind of not quite seeing optimistically how great things are. You're not quite seeing. And it feels like it is related to this 10. But I'm going to go back to this temperance over here. So it feels like temperance is, for me right now, and in this bed, it really feels like it's health and coming back into health. And I feel like maybe there's something going on with them in terms of health. I'm not sure. Something just a little bit to be aware of. But it's health coming back into balance, though. So it's health, it's healing. So there's healing here. There's healing that needs to be done, that needs to occur for this person. But seemingly, it's like you have the ability and the power to heal somehow as well. It's like you are creative. You can create the space for that healing to occur. That's really what I feel from that. But that healing is also really connected to this 10 of Wands, which is in reverse. So it's like they'll let go of all this burden. So the 10 of Wands upright is like there's a burden, and they're carrying it. They can't really see the wood for the trees. It's heavy. They're taking on too much responsibility. They're taking on too much burden. But in reverse, it's like, in reverse, all the wands fall out of his hands, upside down. They all fall out, and it's happening, and it's the end. So it really is an end of that overburdening, and it doesn't surprise me that's why brings them back into balance and into health. But so maybe it's just that sun is in reverse, so that you can shine that light upon them. You need to shine that light upon them whilst they're going through. So if you turn them both upright, so it's like you shine that light and that optimism upon them. Because sometimes when we let go of all this stuff that we think we should be doing, who we think we are, it's a bit scary. So it's like, it's more like you're illuminating the path. It feels as though you're having a really profound impact upon their healing. It doesn't have to be medical health, but it's like some kind of healing, emotional, physical, spiritual, material. I don't know. It feels like in any of those four things that I talked about, there's some kind of healing going on that you are impacting and shining a light upon and helping them to let go of this burden. Seems to be very important for you in this reading and for this month of June. And then, then they kind of let go of this, and you are really you offer and come into them with a lot of love this month with this Knight of Cups. There's a lot of love being offered here. From you, it's like you can see them clearly again. Like it's like you're proud of them. It feels like they've come out of a difficult situation. You're proud of them, and interestingly, the way they kind of dealt with it is like this Wheel of Fortune, and it's like they suddenly luck's on their side. I think they feel as though luck hasn't been on their side, but there's a shift, and the wheel turns, and Wheel of Fortune is upright for them, and everything's going well, and it feels like kind of this is what you've always wanted, and you're ready for it with this Knight of Cups, and you really want to kind of like go towards them, go for it, really go for this relationship. Feels like that. And I'm also getting the message, go for it. There's completion here, there's great things happening. So let's just turn over the middle cards for a little bit extra. So crowning, the Five of Pentacles, the energy they bring in, the Page of Cups, the energy you bring, the Knight of Pentacles, great. And the root is the Eight of Swords. So it's a little bit complicated, a little bit complex maybe here in the middle. So let's just have a look at that. Immediately I get a bit of clarity about this Five of Wands. It's to do with some kind of, it feels like it's to do with money or lack, some feeling of lack, which isn't real. It's like, it is real. Like, these people are out in the cold. When we take that off, it's just two people out in the cold. That's their reality. Out in the cold, not well, sick. See, there's this sickness, there's this not wellness here. And then there's this wellness and abundance and everything that you need and warmth in this church here, church building, and they're just walking past it and they can't see it, but it's there. It's there. So, whatever this lack of need of balance, it's balance of health, it's a healthiness. It can be a physical health thing, or it can be like the healthiness of your relationship too. Feels a bit like that. Feels like there's a bit of healing that maybe needs, this person kind of needs it, but it's like, it feels like you're arguing or you're feeling like there's tension and conflict around this. Could also just be money issues, money problems. Because this all often feels like there's a sense of lack financially. And so it's like, it could be that there's that going on. But if there is, the message in this card is, don't worry about it. It's there. Turn around, see it, look it, it's there. Don't worry about it. There's no worry here. And also that's really backed up by this Knight of Pentacles, because this is money coming into you. This feels like a little bit of a separate thing. I think it is impacting this though. It's like there is money available, there is money coming into you, so just it's up to you to just take it. But this Knight of Pentacles also, it's kind of a movement forward practically towards them. It really does feel like you have something to offer them in terms of this balance and healing, and them letting go of all this stuff that they feel quite overwhelmed by, I think. And you offer them this practical support with this Knight of Pentacles. You are the offer of the practical support. I mean, maybe there's lack here, in terms of them, financially, I don't know, and maybe you do have to give them some financial support. I don't know. Maybe this is a financial issue here that now is ending. There's some kind of lack, some kind of burden that's definitely coming into balance and being let go of. But this practical support and this help that you lend them, and this viewpoint here for this Magician and this Sun, they are very, very appreciative of, and they come back with this beautiful, innocent offer of love, this Page of Cups offering. Also, water signs, sometimes attached to that Page of Cups. So Yeah, it could be that, but it also does feel like there's an offer of love. They respond to this quite assertive knight here with his practical advice or financial support. I don't know, and then there's this page of cups responding with a lot of love. So it's kind of like it feels like you have the ability to end this kind of five thing going on here, a bit of conflict, a bit of kind of lack and trying to work things out. So maybe the message is, just kind of take control, and it may just be ideas. It doesn't necessarily have to be like financial wealth. It's just like a wealth of knowledge or a wealth of opportunity or it's a wealth of something that can definitely help them. But it feels like it is like a healing kind of thing that goes on between the two of you, because then you come back into balance, and I'm drawn back to this Ten of Cups. So it really is a balanced outcome. And there's always a balance. There's a healthiness and a balance and a coming together and a family kind of aspect. It's a loving, solid team kind of atmosphere that's kind of coming back into balance, it feels. But the root is the Eight of Swords, and so this is what I'm getting. The root of this situation seems to be that you're thinking too much about things and trying to work things out rather than just kind of doing it. It feels like you're losing the experience of life, of what's really happening, because both of you, I think, in a way, because you're thinking way too much about it. This Eight of Swords, there's all these kind of thoughts going on, every sword representing a thought, and every time there's a thought, it gets kind of like stuck in the ground, stuck in the mud. That this is the way things are, this is the way things should be, this is the way I should behave or something, or this is the way it should look. So this is what I'm getting. It's like you've got beliefs about the way relationships should look, and it's stopping you from seeing, or it's not even seeing, experiencing fully this Ten of Cups here, and this, this kind of love energy, and this your ability to create your own reality. This sun, freedom. There's a lot of great things going on, but I feel like the root of this conflict, even, or this overcoming, is this trying to get things right logically and thinking about it and thinking the way it should look, rather than just kind of going with the flow. And you're just really bandaging yourself up and tying yourself up in knots and not being able to see all this great stuff, because you're trying to. It really feels like it's like this is what it should look like, and that's really not helping. But it is like between the two of you. But it feels like you let this Ten of Wands, it gets let go. The love is reborn. There's this new reborn kind of, and this offer of love. You're both offering love to one another. It's great this night. These are kind of similar for me, and it's like this night and this page, they come together. Yes, there's love here. We come together. We want to. We choose each other. Just an extra kind of advice or outcome-y kind of card. See how it comes. Oh, Seven of Swords. Interesting. So, let's just have a little read into that. Yeah, Seven of Swords is an interesting card. It reads differently for me at different times. It feels like, again, what it's meaning for me at the moment, this Seven of Swords in general, is that it's like you want to leave the past behind, like let go of all the stuff that doesn't work and take the lessons with you. It seems to be really important, and focus on what you do need and leave behind what you don't need. So maybe that's in terms of these thoughts. So it's like, yeah, decide which ones you are useful and which ones aren't, because it's like you're being overwhelmed by too many. So it's just like, and what kind of, it's like he doesn't need to carry all of these. It's like, does he really want to carry swords? I mean, look at his hands even on those swords. Like that must hurt. So it's a bit like, lighten up the load of all these thoughts that you're having about things and trying to work things out and all this thinking, because it's kind of, that's what's causing you the issue and what's causing pain. And I feel like it's not even like don't listen to your mind, follow your heart. It's like do it. It's like kind of just do it. Don't think about it. Just kind of do it. Just go for it, because this 10 of Cups is here on the bottom, and this is all here for you. And it's like you're not noticing it because you're thinking too much. Yeah. So yeah, that was interesting. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are interested in a personal reading, I'll put the details below. They are different every time. They really are. I call it, you talking to you. You talk to you through me. So whatever messages that your soul feels like you need, you're going to get them. But it is helpful. I do use this spread a lot. It can be it's a very accurate, great spread. Often, always really, I have to say. For your own, sorry for the shaking there, for your own individual relationship. So if you're interested in that, have a look, see how you feel about that, and do subscribe if you haven't. I've got something very interesting planned for July. Comment, I read them all. I like it when you interact with one another as well. I like that, I like the sense of community. I love community. I like people coming together in love. That's kind of my thing, and something I want to encourage. And thank you so much for your support. My apologies again that I wasn't able to upload for May, but lots of love, and I hope to see you again very soon.